everybody, it's Stephanie, the Midwest Seller. Today is Tuesday, September 8th when I am filming this video. If you are new here, welcome. I am a full-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Etsy, but today's video is not going to be about reselling. It's going to be my honest review opinion regarding another YouTuber who put out a video on how to make a simple, easy mask within 5 minutes. So I wanted to make up a bunch of masks for my daughter going back to school, and I wanted to test out her directions here, see how I did. I have made a few, and I'm going to show you those first, and then I'm going to take you through the process, exactly what I did following her directions, and give you my opinion. So these are just a few of the masks that I have made already using her method, and I wanted to show you one thing at the end that I tweaked a little bit, still keeping in line with what she taught us, but tweaking it just a little bit to fit my 11-year-old. So I will show you that. And I want to just kind of go through the process with you. Maybe you'll learn how to make a simple, easy mask for yourself or a family member. And very special thanks to Allison over at New Little Life. She doesn't know me. She doesn't know that I'm doing this video. I just wanted to share what I was able to do after watching her video. And I will put her YouTube channel in the description below. So my 11-year-old wanted some fun fabrics, and if you know me at all, you know that I started making dog bandanas out of vintage fabric, my upcycled vintage dog bandanas. She didn't want, old fabric. She wanted some cute new fabric, and I went to Myers. Myers is a grocery store here in Ohio, and they have these fat quarters for $1 a piece, and I'll show you what I got, and then I'll also show you, I went to the Dollar Tree to get some hair ties. So those are the only two things that I needed. I needed some fabric and some hair tie or elastics. I did use the hair ties and they worked out wonderfully. So let me show you what I got and let's get started. So luckily at Myers grocery store, I picked up several different fabric styles. I thought this one was really fun and cute. It's pink with some little foxes. And again, this was $1, and this is for 18 by 21 fat quarter. I got some little Christmas trees. I thought it'd be fun to do some for the holidays. A little bit of raccoon design. This one was super cute. It had little mice and some balls of yarn. Just some fun polka dots. And you can see here, I got quite a bit. I won't go through all of them. This one was super cute. I thought this one would be fun for the Christmas season. And I got some orange for Halloween. And then I got this one for myself. It's just a little gray and white plaid. If you have Myers, definitely check out their fat quarters. Were only $1. But if you don't have Myers grocery store, I'm sure Walmart or your Joann fabric stores, Michael's, that type of place would have some cute fun fabrics, probably for hopefully inexpensive. All right, and the other items that I got at the Dollar Tree. Again, this is going to cost less than $2 to make. These are the Goody Ouchless hair ties. So I got several of those to use. And then this is something also that I thought might work. These are just kind of like satiny scrunchies. So I picked up some of those to try that. And then I also got some of the very thin elastics. These were $100 for $1. So you can see this is going to be very inexpensive, and I can make several different masks. All right, so again, Allison over at New Little Life, thank you so much for putting out your video. Your video definitely inspired me to try it. I watched so many different videos, and I found that yours was very informative, very easy to understand and follow the directions. So I wanted to share your video and also go through the process to show my viewers that I actually did it. Again, I am a beginner sewer, and it was really a wonderful experience. Okay, so I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to go ahead and do this cute little fox fabric here. Now, I do have a sewing machine, but if you don't have a sewing machine, I'm sure if you have one of those little handy stitches, you could probably do that. You could do this by hand. It will take a little bit longer, but there are ways to do it even if you don't have a sewing machine. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the camera down a little bit and show you exactly what I'm going to do and show you exactly how easy Allison made this for us to do ourselves. Okay, here we go. Now the only other things that I really used, of course, were some straight pins. And I also I have the little wonder clips. These are really handy. So if you have those, great. If not, it's not a problem. My little rotary cutter. Of course, scissors works as well. And then just a straight edge ruler so I can cut. Okay, so her instructions were really easy, really basic. We need to start with a 12-inch by 18-inch piece of fabric. There's only 3 spots to sew in this design, so it's super simplified. And Allison did say the best fabric to use for this design would be 100% cotton. And then of course you need your hair elastics or a shoelace if you don't have hair elastics, or even if you have just regular elastic, something like just, you know, your regular elastic, which is kind of hard to find right now. But you can always cut a piece probably about 7 inches long and stitch it right there, and this will work just as well. Okay, so again, she said we need to start with a 12-inch by 18-inch piece of fabric. All right, so this back quarter measures 18 by 21. So this is already 18 across, and this is 21. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it like this. We're going to keep our 18-inch length, and we need to do 12 inches across. So I'm just gonna take my ruler here, and I'm gonna mark every sew. Oh, this is one other item I had, just a little pencil. I'm gonna mark every so often here, just to keep it straight. There was only a couple things that I did differently than what her instructions said. I did not wash this fabric first, so I'm gonna wash them after I'm done. And then I found it's easier if you also iron your fabric. So once I'm done cutting, I'm gonna go over to my ironing board and we're gonna iron this out just to make it a little bit easier on us. So I have my rotary cutter. So I am just gonna use this rotary cutter. Okay, so I'm gonna line up my ruler to where my lines are, and I am going to cut this. Move that down. Oop. All right, so we are going to set this aside. I'm going to just double check my measurements. 12, and then we've got 18. Okay, I'm gonna pause the camera. I'm gonna take this over to my ironing board, iron this out flat. Okay, so I've got this all ironed out. What adorable fabric. I just love this. This is so cute. Okay, so how I have this situated is we've got 12 inches here, and we have 18 inches going up. And Allison said all you have to do is do it like, she called it a hamburger style. So you take your 12-inch, match the top, just like so. And this is what we are going to stitch. So we're going to stitch right here, the 12 inches. We're going to stitch this together. And what I'm going to do real quick is put my little pins in so my edges stay nice and straight. Now this, you know, doesn't have to be perfect. It allows for a little bit of, you know, margin of error. I'll take you with me over to my sewing machine. Okay, so we are going to get started. Again, I'm just going to stitch this straight stitch side to side with the 12 inches meeting, and I am going to do a reverse stitch here and a reverse stitch here just for some added security. All right, let's get started. just gonna clip off the ends of my string here. Okay, I'm gonna put you back over here and show you what's next. Okay, so one thing that I am gonna do that was not in Allison's video, before she flips the fabric inside out, I decided I was going to go ahead and press this seam down with my iron. Okay, so as you can see here, all I did was I pressed this middle seam down, and the next step she said to do was you're just going to turn it inside out, like so. Again, she didn't say you had to press the middle seam. I just thought it would just lay a little bit nicer if I pressed that out. That was not on her instructions. You do not have to do that. Okay, and so you want the seam right in the middle here, as close in the middle as you can get it. Kind of press it down with your fingers like that. And we are just going to take this and fold it up, she said 3 to 4 times, just like that. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And what I'm going to do here, this is where these nice little clips come in handy. Now in her video, I believe she went ahead and put the elastics on first and then did the clips. So I'm going to grab a couple of hair ties. Let's see what we could put with this that might look really cute. We've got this. And we've got some pink. You know what? I think I'm going to try this right here. We're going to try these pink right here. Now, since this one is actually going to be for my daughter, who is 11, I did a little bit of an adjustment. Let me show you here real quick. So these are the two that I made yesterday. This is for my 11-year-old. This one was for me. This is the one that I did exactly like her instructions. And I'll show you the difference here. This one's a little bit shorter because I tucked in the edges, and that's what I'm going to do to this one. So let me show you that. So what I'm going to do is adjust this one a little bit from her directions, just to make it a little bit shorter for my 11-year-old. So before we put this on and clip it, I should have done this first. Again, this was not in her directions, but I am going to adapt it to her face. So all I did to change the size just a pinch is I tucked in the edges here, just like that. I'm going to clip them, and I'm just going to sew these edges shut. So again, this was not in her video, but I just made the little adjustment just to make it a little bit smaller for my 11-year-old. Or if your face is just a little bit smaller, you might want to adjust it a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to quickly stitch the sides. So I will do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So all I did was stitch the two sides here. When she did it, she just left the edges raw, which is perfectly fine. You get the little bit longer length, and again, I just did this just to get it a little bit shorter. Okay, so next, all you're going to do is fold in 2 or 3 times the sides like this. Oh, I don't like that one. Hold on one second. Okay, let's do this one more time. So she said you can just gather it up, pick it up, fold it 2 to 3 times, how you like it. This is kind of where ironing the fabric comes in a little bit handy because it lays a little bit flatter for you. In fact, I'm going to put my clips on first because it's going to be easier for me to get that hair tie. Around it. And again, this is a very easy beginner type mask. Like I said, I just started sewing this last couple of months, so I'm very new to sewing. All right, so we've got this, we've got the clips down, and I'm going to, this should be about the right size. Yeah, it matches about the same. So we're gonna take this, put your tie around there. The only thing she did next was take it back to the sewing machine. All you are going to do is fold this over like so. Again, same thing on the other side. You are just going to tuck in your ends there, like so. Couple little clips or pins to hold it in place, whatever you prefer. Next thing we're going to do is we are just going to do a zigzag stitch. So she used a zigzag stitch, so I'm going to use a zigzag stitch and zigzag it all the way top to bottom on both sides. I'm going to go back over to my sewing machine and do that zigzag. I will be showing you what that looks like. Okay, I am back from the machine and this is the product. I really like it. I like how it turned out. Let me try it on for you and show you what it looks like. Again, you know, these are not going in a boutique. These are just for everyday use. Schools, most of the schools require the mask. You know, I bought some before I started making them and they were like, you know, $8 to $10 where I am here. So they're not cheap to buy. So this is a great alternative thing you can do. And you can even use, you know, old pillowcases are nice, cotton. You can use, you know, some linen napkins, cotton napkins, anything that you have that's a breathable fabric would work. Okay, so here is the final product. Let me put it on for you. And you can see this one does fit me just fine. It is a little tight, but I did make it this way for my 11-year-old. But how cute is that? What a cute little fabric design. And you can just, you know, pop it open a little bit more to get some more room in there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make one more without turning in the edges and show you that real quick. Okay, and so here is the one with the raw edge. as Allison had it, just the raw edge. And let's try this one on. I think it looks great, easy to do. Anybody can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So give it a try and let me know what you think. And again, thank you, Allison, for putting out such a great video. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot and feel like I can make a mask now. So my honest review of New Little Life by Allison, her YouTube video showing us how to make this, thumbs up, 100%, best video, easy to follow, easy to use. Her instructions were simple. It's definitely something that I think anybody can do. I think it's a great video from Allison. Thank you, Allison. I don't know if you'll ever see this video, but if you do, thank you so much for putting out your video. I really enjoyed watching it. I really enjoyed learning from you and looking forward to another one. So I hope you give it a try. If you do give it a try, let me know in the comments how yours turned out. So that is all I have for you for now. Again, Allison, thank you so much for putting out such a great video. Definitely go check out her channel. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial video. Thank you so much for watching and happy sewing. Step by step